Well, hello to anyone that might watch this video. I'm Tiger, and today I'm gonna go over this beautiful display right here. My thing is, first and foremost, I'm not fucking sponsored, and you can tell that by the way I just said fucking. And here's my thing, okay? Let me just a disclaimer, right? This is supposed to be an informative video rather than a blatant review, unboxing, whatever. You want to see the box? It's under my bed. So you can see many unboxes of this display. This is the Arzopa Z3FC. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Arzopa, send me free shit. So everybody that I saw making a video on this display, they go, oh, this is the display. Here is the script that I'm reading, and I don't know shit about what I'm talking. And that's it. That's the review. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and give me money. I hate that. Okay. I am a fan of content that has some depth to it, you know. So I'm gonna try to grab a few interesting points, right, that I know about computer that might be useful to you if you are considering buying this display, right? So first and foremost, this display is 180 Hertz, 1440p capable display, okay? I am one hell of an Audi HD person, and I was even talking to Gemini here about the video. So I like to study things, and what happened was my display, my AOC, was dying. It was giving blue screen because it was giving driver errors. I did not know it was a display until I tested it, right? I thought it was my GPU. Amidst research, I found this display, the Arzopa Z3FC. It's a new line of them. I believe it's 1 year old, 2 years old now. And the price is good. It's actually good. On US is about, since the majority of the viewers on my channel are from US, is usually around 130, 140 bucks. Is not that expensive, right? In Brazil, we can take this for $699 to 1,100 or something like that, right? On their website right now, it's literally, let me see, it's like 900 bucks. Yeah, 900 bucks, which if in case you're curious, this is about half, a bit more than half our minimum wage. So it's affordable, right? Here I can even show you what comes with the damn display, so I don't have to grab the box, right? So what they promise right here, they promise here you can connect to a notebook, to a laptop, right? A PS4, PS5, Xbox via mini HDMI or HDMI to the console, a switch via USB-C, a mobile phone or a PC, right? You can connect your how is it called, your handheld as well, by the way. And when you purchase it in the box, it comes with a USB-C for image and power, a USB-C with only power, and a mini HDMI to HDMI 2.0. This is important. Bear with me. And this bag, by the way, to protect it whenever you decide to roam with it, right? Because it is a portable display. This is a niche product from what I can tell, right? Not everybody buy this shit. Some people buy it for home to use as a secondary display. This is not what I did. I purchased it. I didn't purchase it. I got it from my friend. She is a sweetheart. Like, so it's a good display. Don't get me wrong, but most YouTube videos, if you go here, Arzopa Z3FC, and you research that shit, most YouTubers, if not all of them, they do this stupid fucking face, and they talk about how bright light is, and how fast 180 hertz is while plugging this shit on a mobile fucking console on Switch 2, for example. Switch 2 does not support 180 FPS. You're literally just reading a script. Shut the fuck up. While we are on that, I'm sorry for the rage, but I hate this. I really do. Some people turned the HDR of this monitor and it went, wow, it's bright. It was oversaturated, and they did not bother to even calibrate on Windows, right? So first, big elephant in the room. Does it actually reach for the 180 hertz? It does. And they say, oh, mini HDMI cannot do that, but they don't explain why. And they say you're screwed, you need a USB to USB-C cable stuff and GPU, right? Wrong. So let me explain. When you first plug in, it will be set to 200% of scaling, which sucks. Like, everything is huge. I bet you don't listen that phrase too much. But anyway, I don't like it. But here's the thing. I have this thing called hyperacuity. I see stuff on a microscopic level, like the details on shit, and most people don't do that. That's the reason I picked this display, by the way. So I use it at 100%. This is comfortable to me, right? But most people will likely use on 125, 150, whatever. So when you plug in, it will likely go to 60 hertz. So you can change on Windows, you can change on your GPU, but it's here. It's like 1440p, 144 hertz, 120, 160. It doesn't go below that. It goes down to 800 by 600, 144. Okay. Why doesn't it do 180 hertz? It's because of band. This cable right here, the mini HDMI cable, it cannot do 180 hertz because it doesn't have enough bandwidth to it, right? So if I put custom resolution 180 hertz, it will ask for about, nope, not that one, 768 megahertz. And this is with reduced blank. I will not explain that here, but anyway, to put it simple, it's stuff that we don't need anymore, but it was useful on, what was the name again? It was useful on CRTs, right? So I cannot do that, right? But if you change this for 1920 by 1080, 180 hertz, it's now 441, right? And if you test it, will work. It does, right? You can see it moves, it works. But what do I suggest doing instead, right? If you really needed a 180 hertz experience, maybe you play Counter-Strike, maybe you play, I don't know, I played Clone Hero. Clone Hero on 180 hertz felt very smooth. Some people say anything above 120 isn't gonna change much, but that's personal preference. Stop taking that as like truth, because every eye is different, every perception of thing is different. Don't follow those stuff around like it was sacred, right? Everything is different for everyone. Every experience accounts for shit. So what I would do is go and download CRU, or Custom Resolution Utility, right? So when you open CRU, you have your resolution here. You don't have to mess with anything besides clicking here and seeing if everything is fine. It is, obviously. So you will create another one, another extension block, CTA 861. You're gonna add detail resolution, and here you're gonna put 1920 by 1080. Oops. 1080. Okay, so you change to 180. Same thing, and you go to CVT RB standard. Okay, the the way this will work better is with this settings. It's not hard. It's not gonna fry your display. Before you say anything, it's not gonna fry your display. That's not how displays work. Okay? Okay. You click OK, you click OK, you click OK, and you restart 64 or... So, Tiger from the future here. This broke OBS, so the audio was gone, right? While we're at it, if you decide to do that and you fear your display is gonna blow, you can just click reset all and restart 64 again. This will restart your driver with your defaults, okay? So you don't fear your Arzopa will like explode, find a job or something. I don't know. Back to the video. Recording. So let's demystify shit right now, right? So people treat HDR like it's either 80 or like 100% or nothing. Your HDR is fake and it doesn't matter and it's trash and whatever. And while like there are nuances to it, they are not completely wrong, but they are not completely right either. Okay, what happens is you need mapping, color mapping, you need true blacks, you need OLED for that, or you will have like gray, dark gray blacks instead on IPS, for example, right? So this display, how do you turn on HDR? You go to the panel right here, the OSD, and then why am I on 0 brightness, by the way? I don't know. Let me bump that bitch up. Yeah. Every time you change something, it will say, hey, this is gonna cost you more wattage usage. That's important, by the way. Okay, now it's shit is blown away. I think I can correct that. It's no big deal. So 50%. Now here, the color temperature sRGB is the best. Like it's D65, which means I'm sorry, which means you will likely think it's getting warmer, right? It is not. It's just correct, to be completely honest with you. But I digress on that. So let's go there again. You go on MISC. In Portuguese, I don't even remember if it's miscellaneous or something else. But anyway, you go here, you go on HDR mode, you turn on to auto or 2040. Did you see how stupid this looks? So here's the thing, another thing that bothers me that no video tells you, right? If you set it to auto the way I just did, right? And then you just use it, you go on Windows and you turn HDR on. That's it. That's the HDR, right? Here's the problem. Of course there is a problem. You click here, you're gonna calibrate your display. Remember, they claim 400 nits, right? So you download this. I already have it. I'm just showing you guys. So HDR calibration tool, and you open here. You will dial that to 0550, most likely. That's the minimum. And the maximum luminance, you get like 400. If you go 410, the whole thing disappears. So 400. This is 400 nits. You apply, max full frame 400 as well. You apply, and that's it. That's your calibrated display, right? Which is like correct, it's not wrong, but that's where I decided to try shit, right? So let's turn off the HDR. I usually turn off before changing anything. So if you go here and instead of following fucking YouTubers that think D65 is yellow and change this to 2084, this means the chip will send the whole HDR color, right, from your GPU to your display. That's the reason it looks ugly as shit. But when you turn it on and you go to calibrate it right here, you'll notice that your darkest dark now shifted from 55 to 600, right? And when you go to maximum luminance, instead of 400, you can go all the way up to, I believe it was 1170. Yeah, 1170. It's literally like a whole new experience. Let's say like that. Why do I mean by that? Right, being a different experience. So I'm not gonna finish because I already have the profile saved, right? It changes stuff, right? I have calibrated already right here. So when you do that, you can see the color is right now, but you actually have the punchy color, you know, and you don't have true black. Bear in mind, you do not have true black. You cannot have true black without OLED, but you now have a good color accurate HDR10 color mapping. It's 8-bit, but it's FRC to 10-bit. So if you don't know what FRC means, I don't know either. But let me explain visually what I mean by that. This is the difference right here. You see 6 bits, 6-bit color actually, then 8-bit color, and then you have 10-bit channel, which is like 1.07 billion colors. It's like a whole new spectrum of colors. So FRC basically, it makes the pixel vibrate, cause micro vibrations, and when it does that, it tricks your eye into perceiving a broader color spectrum, you know? That's what I mean by that. So here on the good old LG HDR, you can see that HDR is accepted, right? So HDR 4K. And if you play it, you will notice a difference in color, right? From this to the usual SDR content, right? Will I use that? I have no idea. I've been driving the display for 3 days now, and I have been using the SDR content. I'm sorry, but I do believe I will use HDR in some cases. I tested earlier on Spider-Man. Let me grab my controller so I can show you. So Spider-Man has this problem where it expects at least 600 HDR, right? 600 nits. If you use Spider-Man on the old, let me find it here. If you use it on the auto profile, you'll get this problem right here. I don't know if you will be able to see it, but it gets completely like grayed. Can you see it? Like, it's terrible. It's completely off because it's not receiving proper data from the scalar chip, which by the way is, I believe is RTD 2775 QT, something like that. I researched a lot on this display. Anyway, if we go to play Spider-Man now, and oh yeah, I'm trying to pass the fucking thing without skipping. Here, if you go to settings, I believe it's already on, right? Yeah, look. It gets brighter. It doesn't get grayer. It actually brightens stuff up, right? And let me load the game so you can see inside the game how it looks. I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man, by the way, the game, I mean. But I do enjoy to play random stuff, and I just decided to re-download it. So check this, and I'm gonna, oops, not what I meant. I'm gonna turn off for a moment. And stay here, just so I can put side by side, you know? So you guys can notice the difference on the edit. So you can see that there is a big difference on the content on the display, right? Color is popping way more. The white isn't getting gray, right? So it's working. Again, it's not certified 1000 nits or something like that. The display cell doesn't have a certification. But that's a trick, you know? I think people love to blame shit instead of working for it. So you purchase something, you want it to work, but if it doesn't, you don't try stuff anymore. I miss when people tried stuff, you know? And that's it. That's my take. On energy, Arzopa themselves on Reddit, I believe. Let me find it. Hold up. Yeah, I'm not gonna open Reddit because I know I'm gonna have some non-safe for work there. Because I'm an artist, so I paint a lot of naked bodies, and let's not show that for YouTube. But you can research Arzopa. What was the name again? Power Draw. Oh, here. Okay. So Power Draw. See a lot of bullshit there. So here's the Power Draw, right? You have power consumption, blah, 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 blah. And here's the test scenario, right? So 144 hertz, 100% brightness, which I'm not using, plus 100% volume. Oh yeah, they have a speaker. It sucks. Don't use that. On HDMI and external power, around 17.9 wattage use, and 180 hertz, 100% brightness, 100% volume, USB-C plus external power, 18.6. I'm using a 25 watts brick from Samsung. It works well, it's good enough, and I don't think you need anything more than that, to be completely honest with you. But if you want to go like safe route, get a 31. 30 watts. It's not that expensive. You can grab one. And by the way, if you want the 1440p 180 hertz and you are on a PC just like I am, right? I recommend you this cable right here. Cable Matters, I researched them and they are like the shit for cables, right? They are very good. And this cable is bidirectional. That's what you need, because most cables will do like HDMI, oh sorry, DisplayPort to USB, but not the other way around, and vice versa. You need them to do both. They need to connect both to send signal and receive signal on both sides, or else you're screwed. So to me, this is very expensive. So again, Arzopa, send me free shit. But this is expensive to me right now because I'm unemployed, but I'm gonna get one eventually because I play a ton of games, not only competitive titles, and 180 hertz. I felt a difference, man. I really did feel the difference. I don't know if it's because I am a old head like GE, Counter-Strike, you know, level 20 ESA or whatever, but I could feel the difference and it was nice. But again, I don't really think it's worth that price. I might buy it when it goes down. I don't know. But that's what you want. You want this cable right here. I can link on the description if I may, so you can just click there. This cable is pretty good and will deliver what you want. But that's about it. That's my video. And my opinion on the matter, it's pretty good, man. The display is pretty damn good. This is the stray that appeared the other day, by the way. I'm learning photography. It's complicated, but this is the kitty. And that's it. That's what I wanted to say. It's 30 minutes of video. I'm gonna edit this most likely. I don't know if I will, but likely I will. If you watched it and you lost your time watching it and you felt like I helped you with something, comment. I don't want your like, I don't want your subscriber. You can subscribe if you want, but I like post shit every now and then, and I usually private it, so it's complicated. It's not a channel, I'm not a content creator. I'm just a nerd. But if you want to subscribe, sure, feel free, you're welcome. This is a free of judgment zone. People respect themselves. And if you don't, you're probably just gonna get hidden from the channel because I don't like that. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. And my coffee is now cold. So yeah, drink water, drink something, eat, and I'll see you on the next video if you come back. By the way, size comparison, in case you guys want to know. Let me mute my mic, hold up. That's how small this display is. And that's the reason why I said most people will run this on 125, 150% scale. I run 100, I'm comfortable with it, and that's about it. I turned my big ass computer into basically a laptop with this display. So anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.